dropped you.
That way they won't scream through. Where I was at Saddle Pad Combo. Okay, so I
Yep.
sense your frustration because a new saddle isn't necessarily in the cards, and I feel like you have, I want to say six to pick from. But one or two doesn't necessarily fit you anymore, and so those aren't in the round. What is that called? Roster. Does this make
Right.
sense?
hmm
Yeah. All right. Okay. Definitely feel like we're in there. Is there, maybe he's not new, but new to her pasture or new to her area at Gelding?
Nope.
There's not a new gelding, just one, because I see her kind of button heads with a gelding, and he feels like he's either new or she's decided that he's not acceptable suddenly.
Well, we don't have a gelding anymore. We have all mares.
Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay. All right. Okay. So I could have the sex wrong then. Is there one of your mares who acts more like a gelding and is almost the complete opposite of diva
Yes.
that they're going at it?
I have two actually. I have our
Oh,
old and I have a 2 year old, and they're both the opposite of her.
okay. All right. Because okay, I'll take it. Sometimes the sex doesn't always come through because it felt like a more masculine energy and it felt like she's just confused as to why they're not more like her. And yet the two that I'm feeling, I felt one in particular, and I do feel like it might be a sorrel, but that sometimes that's hard to tell. Um I feel like they are looking at her like you need to be more like us, not us like you. They're very pragmatic and very practical, very work orientated, very low key, very low ego emission, that kind of thing. Would you understand all that?
Yes, and what's funny is the last time I talked to you, my younger one, you said was actually my old gelding that came
Oh,
back, and he
that,
was a sorrel.
oh shit, that's right.
That was the sorrel, and that's my
Oh, I bet you $10. That's why you felt like, okay, that's why she felt like a gelding. That is so funny. Yeah, so they're like, God, she's so spoiled. They're hilarious. So number one, I do feel like they're buddies. I feel now let me remind me, because I can't remember if it was you or someone else, but I feel the smaller thing again, and I remember somebody had a pig and someone had a donkey. Do you is that was that you?
I had the pig.
You have the pig, because I just keep seeing this like flash going by, even though I don't feel like the pig is actually that fast. I just see this smaller thing. Is the pig having a tooth problem, or would you
He was
know?
um we actually had to put him down because of his teeth.
Oh, oh no. Okay.
So,
Oh, so he's dropping in to say hi then. If he's passed,
oh,
yeah,
that's okay.
yeah. He's different. So I maybe that's why he felt like a shadow, because he's still zipping in and out, and I feel like the horses still interact with him. Actually, his energy's still there quite a bit. So that makes sense. And sometimes I won't know if an animal is past or alive because their energy feels very similar, whether they're past or whether they're alive. They're just, for most of the time, I've never got like an angry animal. I have got some animals that are frustrated or a little bit irritated, but never like angry or hold a grudge and that kind of thing. All right. Okay. Diva.
Very.
All right. So what, oh, I'm sorry, Vegas. I actually called her Diva.
Yeah.
Oh, that's, yeah, okay. Well, that's her new nickname, right? So what was
Yes.
the all right, so let's go in. You asked about Mike wants to know spooking.
Mm-hmm.
All right, immediately I do get a little something in the left eye, and I don't know if you have actually looked at her eyes. I feel like you've looked at her eyes with a flashlight even, and you've had her checked out for her eyesight. Would you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there something in the left eye that the vet or you has been kind of wondering about?
The vet didn't say anything about the left. It was the right eye.
Okay.
She Was double checking because she thought she had initially seen a cataract.
Okay. And that's kind of what I was sort of feeling. I felt it in the left, but we're not going to get too nitpicky. Um, right? Left, right. Um, I
Yeah.
do feel like that's a part of it. And I feel like it has taken her a little bit by surprise because she does have that personality where everything is supposed to go right for her. And when it doesn't go right for her, it does tend to kind of take her off balance, if you would understand that. And so when she does get something like a little health wise, it's kind of dramatized for her. I do feel like it might be a little bit of the eyesight, but I also do feel like she's just thrown off a little bit right now. Is there some are there some changes? I can't feel if this are changes around her or changes in your life.
Uh, well, we have a couple goats that we
This is
got.
this is more this is more like you're unsettled and or struggling with some anxiety. Would you understand that?
Yeah, I'm not working.
Ah, okay. All right. So I would say now I can't necessarily say that's why she's spooky, but I would say that she feels that, right? And so she is very, very as much of a diva as she is very sensitive and she is very tied to you as in like a friendship, right? Would you understand that? Is that how she feels to you? Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah, well, right. And some aren't though. Some horses are just like, yeah, they feed me. Eh,
Yeah,
you know.
I feel
Um,
like that's kind of funny.
so she's very tied to you and on kind of a different level. As far as I'm asking her specifically that she doesn't need to feel your stress. Like you're the human, she's the horse. It's okay. She can't go make money any. Well, she said, yes, I can. I win races. How funny. So is she? Yeah,
Hockey.
need a certain amount of cockiness to be a 1D barrel horse. You know what I mean? Is she in the 1D? Because I feel like she is catty and fast. Like I would never be able to stay on this horse.
She is both. We were running 1D at the new arena, but we were running 2D last season.
Okay.
But we only ran a couple shows this year because her farrier kind of screwed up her feet.
Mm, okay. Okay.
So
All right. Well, number one, I feel like Wendy's coming back. Number two, I feel like the eyesight is throwing her off a little bit, but I also feel like it's kind of your stress and your anxiety. And so if you can maybe meditate just a little bit before you go to the barn, or if you can just send her visuals, telepathy, and even have a conversation with her, honey, I'm not stressed about you, right? This is stupid human shit that you can't control. He was very, very smart, like fucking, excuse my language, incredibly just intuitive as an animal. And so she's tied to you even when you aren't at the barn, which I feel like you probably already know that. Um, I'm asking her if there's anything else about spooky, and I just keep seeing, the I do see that she hates when they're loading animals or doing something with tractors when it's her time to run. Like when it's her time to run, everyone should stop. Everyone, everything. I also do get that she doesn't necessarily like the shadow to light or the banners. Would you understand that as something that she doesn't like?
well, she has spooked at them before. We've only ran outside, so I haven't
Oh,
brought her to
okay.
acres yet. But that was one thing that I was looking at doing. So,
Is what? What was that? I missed it.
I'm looking at bringing her to a couple indoors.
Got it. Okay. So I kind of think with her, and I can't tell if this is going to make it worse or better. Have you tried the blinders?
No.
I think definitely at home first. I think that I would try the blinders, but I wouldn't make them those really dramatic racing blinders. I might even do what I'm literally seeing are like little window when you pull the window tint down over a window, those new camping things. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a shade where it's not completely black, but it just kind of focuses her a little bit more. And I see him out a little bit, not, you know how some are like this?
Mm-hmm.
I see him kind of curved like this. I don't know if those exist. I bet you can make some. Um, definitely
Right.
try him at home first, but I do feel like she's so aware of everything around her that that might help out. Um, I'll be excited to find out if that helps. Okay, so
Yeah.
what else? Let me do a scan. Sorry, I'm like, oh. Um, all right, I feel the frustration again with the saddle pad cinch combo. Um, she does not like a back cinch, or she doesn't like it tight. She's kind of showing me the back cinch. Would you understand that?
Yeah, she doesn't like it tight.
She doesn't like it tight. Okay. So she says, I am getting a little bit older. Is she getting a little bit older? I feel like
She's
she's
turning.
only like eight.
Yeah, she's 8 this year.
Eight. Okay. All right. Ah, I'm saying eight. Yeah. That's so funny. She's like, I'm getting a little bit older. I was like, I feel like you're not.
No,
Oh, she's back on the. I don't know if this was you, but you know how some horses just love the thumbs in their tail dock?
mm-hmm.
She's one of them. Is this something you already do?
Once in a while, not a whole lot,
Oh,
but
she loves it. She loves it. She's like, come on, give me a butt rub. Give me more butt rubs. I feel like
I,
she's in good shape. I do feel like there's a couple of vitamins or minerals missing. Her hair is not the way you normally like to see it. Her mane, I should say, and tail. Is it
yeah,
getting, yeah.
I switched balancer and she lost a lot of the shine that she had.
Oh, interesting. I think I've told you about this before, and I don't know if I have a book close by, but those herbs, certain herbs and spices will bring some of the shine back, and paprika is one of them. And you just put it in, and you just can get that shit at like Costco or Sam's Club or what have you, in the big whatevers. Um,
Right.
she's so funny. You need to fix my mane and tail.
I know.
She's so particular. She's so funny. I do feel a little bit on the left side. Again, so I would be facing, right? This is her head. And the left side, past where past where your leg goes by probably two hands past where your leg goes is a little sensitive. I
Okay.
don't know. I'm not seeing why though. I just feel gas. Number one, I feel gas. And I know you're an overachiever, so I know you probably have all the shit that cleans the stuff out of her belly. But I kind of feel like maybe it's time for some belly cleaning, some sand clear situation. And
Okay.
I think we talked about that before with psyllium from Walmart and the garlic and stuff like that. Did
Yep.
you ever try that?
I don't believe so. I think I
Okay.
lost the that I had it wrote down.
Okay. Okay. Do you do sand clear on a regular basis?
Not regular, no.
Okay. Yeah, I think she just needs a little cleaning out. She's a little sensitive on the left side. I wonder what's on the left side. I wish I had my horse. I wonder what's on the left side. Is it kidneys, ovaries? Like what's on the left side? Um, I know. We should know this.
We should.
I know. I'll think about that one. I might text you later. But anyways, that's sensitive. And I think it's just kind of a cleaning out of the system. I think it's just a little backing up of the poop. You don't want her to colic, especially with the cold coming on. She does not enjoy being cold. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Yeah. Loves. I saw, did you get her some like leg boots or something?
I did.
Yeah, she loves those.
Yeah, I got her a full set of PHT wraps.
Oh, she loves them. Loves, loves,
So,
loves. What else? What else? She said you don't need those spurs.
I don't use spurs on her
Oh,
unless which I've threatened her with them.
oh, okay. Maybe that's the conversation. And then left ear. Just itchy and irritated, loves to have it rubbed, wants all this stuff, just kind of work some of that out of there. Nothing dramatic, I don't feel like. And then just kind of the left side of her is a little bit more sensitive, if you will, than the right for whatever reason. Um,
Now, when you're looking at her,
so I'm her. So this is her head is going this way.
okay,
So this left side. So if
okay,
so your left side. So your left if you're standing behind her, it's going to be your left side. In fact, I'd like for you to go around on her left side and kind of do some thumb pressure and see where it's sensitive. And that
Mm-hmm.
might help you with the saddle fit. That might help you with the saddle fit. Because you're like, I'm not buying a new saddle. It's just not happening. Try some thumb pressure, especially over the spine and down the ribs, but especially going towards her hip, and then
Mm-hmm.
even all the way down towards her mammary glands. She also says that her you don't get up in would you understand that you don't get up into those mammary glands and clean them out, or that you do? Because she's
No,
showing me her. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
don't know. I do, but it's been a little bit. She hasn't been running. I haven't been cleaning her as much.
Okay. She would love that cleaned out. She's very particular about her teats.
She's particular about a lot.
Yes, she is. But she would love that cleaned out. It's something that she very much enjoys is when that gets cleaned out. But then she also doesn't like to be cold, so she understands it might not happen, depending on the weather or whatever. Loves the sunshine, loves the sunshine. Like she would be outside all the time if she could. Would you understand that about her?
She is out all the time. The only time she goes in is when she gets dinner.
How funny. Yeah, she loves outside in the sunshine. Sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. She's a sunshine girl. I even
Yeah,
see her just like laid out, just like so, I mean, all of them do eventually, but she's particularly loves the hot laid out feeling.
she does too.
Yeah. Okay. So what else do you want to know about her?
Um, so between I know the eye, I was having an issue with saddle fit. I was talking to my chiropractor about it, and she wanted me to get a treed saddle because we have more issues on the right side. That's why when you were saying the left, I was asking if it was when you were looking at her
That's
or
interesting. Yeah. Huh. She is specifically showing me left, but when you do the thumb pressure thing, obviously do it to both sides. You know what I
right.
mean? And then just kind of the massage pressure, nothing dramatic, and see what you get. Because I could be off, but also sometimes a problem on the right side shows up in the left because the left ends up compensating for the right. You know how that goes. Like the issue could be in the left hoof, but the right now is sore because it's overcompensating for the lack of so.
Right.
So what else?
Um, how is she liking the old mare there? Is she okay with her, or does she not really?
She immediately comes through and was like, "Why is she here? Like, what is her intention? What is her existence here for?"
Not you.
Yeah, well, Vegas has a job, and I think if I remember right, we talked about this before because she does very much understand her job, and she very much is a worker. She enjoys being put to work, and she enjoys running, and she enjoys whenever she really enjoys just being utilized. Would you understand that?
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's really funny. So you said old mare. She's like, why is she even here? Like she's too old to have a job. Is this accurate?
She's about 25 according to the
Oh,
vet,
okay.
but it's Mike's, which is my fiance, his trail mare so that he has something safe
Oh, I'm
to
telling
go.
her that's her job. It's she's a husband horse. She's laughing at her.
That's
Um,
because he tried to ride Vegas and she scared the shit out of him.
oh, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. That is so funny. She said she'll try to be nicer. She's non-committal. She's like, I'm the most important thing out here. So I mean, if they come, they go. She's
Except for her.
yeah, yeah. So just not fairly non-committal. Doesn't dislike her, doesn't gravitate towards her. She does like that now she knows what her job is. She's putting little job neon signs above everybody's head. Like it's kind of her thing. Like, what is your job here? Like what is your reason for existence? Like she's very proud. She's very, very proud of her work, if you will, like her
Yeah.
neon sign. Yeah. Yeah, non-committal. What else?
Um, oh, my dog.
Okay.
Does she have an issue with the dog?
All right. So immediately, and I don't know if this is an old dog or the one that we're talking about now, but I end up with some sort of a cow dog and I get kind of a Merle feel or something along those lines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a killer.
She's a blue heeler. I literally what I saw. That's
Hmm.
awesome. I try not to give like specifics like sometimes because people are like, well, no, that wasn't it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
All right.
Um, Again with the non-committal, definitely has threatened the dog a time or two. Would hurt the dog if the dog gets too close, if she feels, threatened. When the dog is just cruising around, she gets it, right? But she also has had some instances with cow dogs in the past, and she's not above you know, knocking the shit out of them. Would you understand that?
The cow dog in the past, no, because
Okay,
I just
you're not her first owner though, are you? Wait a minute.
yeah,
Oh, you are.
been the only owner. Well, I take that
Just
back because we got her from my mother when she was weaned at like 3, 4 months old.
oh, okay.
But they don't have a cattle dog. They had a
Well,
husky shepherd.
she's just showing she okay. She's non-committal. Hold on. Not non-committal. She says when he's walking around, she's totally cool with him, kind of likes him. I even see their noses going together.
Hmm.
However, However, she shows me other dogs then, if we can go that route, because she says cow dogs, but to her, a dog that chases her is going to be falling in that category. Do you recall a neighbor, and this would have been probably 2 to 3 years ago, that you had a real problem with their dogs getting into either into your pasture or she would have been close to their pasture? Does this make sense to you?
Kind of, yeah, because we're all on the same property. And my in-law's dog always used to come over to the house. And he was a little Pomeranian, Shiba Inu, whatever mutt mix.
Because she was like she didn't care for those dogs. There have been a few dogs that she hasn't cared for, and I feel like I just keep seeing her like striking the ground. Like if I need to, I will take them out. Right? She's
Hmm.
self-protective. She is self-protective. She is assertive. She's not going to put up with. She does not suffer fools, if you will. If she was a human, I would say that about her. About this particular dog. So I see several dogs from the past again, definitely 2 to 3 years ago, especially. And then I see your dog is pretty. I don't see him. You know how most cow dogs are just ridiculous and chase everything. I actually see your dog is fairly well behaved and actually does respond to voice command. Would you understand this?
Yes.
Okay, because yeah, he's not coming through like some of them. Okay, like mine. Mine will chase him. Let me just sell myself down the river here. Mine will not return on voice command. And so your dog is kind of patting himself on the back right now, saying, I will not only come back on voice command, but I do not chase horses. He's almost done it a couple of times and gotten in trouble. This would have been when he was younger. And he's not that old. Would you under 5?
Yeah, she's almost a year.
Oh, she's just a baby.
The baby.
Oh, she comes in quite respectful and trained and very well behaved for only a year.
I'm trying. She wears a training collar.
Okay. All right. Maybe that's why she's hesitated to be like, so I've done this. And it's like, I'm not selling myself down the river. You do what you do you. She comes through as a bit of an older dog. She comes through as I just see her sitting very politely. I do see the voice commands. Yeah, Vegas was like, this was about me. Okay. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I do think she likes her. I don't think that I don't think you're gonna be putting your dog like on her to ride her or anything, but she just showed me that visual. But yeah, I see him just kind of sniffing each other and figuring it out and doesn't dislike her.
I It's funny that she said that because I actually have put the dog on my 2-year-old
Oh, are you serious?
just to see what they would do.
Oh, that is so funny. She's very I love that. She's very personable. like for an animal. You know what I mean? Just the whole conversation going on. She's showing me an early saddle that she just keeps bringing up the saddles because she knows this is a frustration for you, but it's also one for her. Number one, thinner pad. So whatever thinner pad you had, one of the early saddles was almost working and a thinner pad. She understands, she actually doesn't want to be like one of those horses that costs you a lot of money. She actually is very cognizant of, a budget, if you will. And so she says, I think you have a saddle combo. She doesn't like the cinch per se. Oh, she just doesn't like cinches. Well, I mean, you have to have a cinch on a saddle. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah. Not you know what I'm saying, because you've ran her plenty of times to know the tightness level and stuff like that. And this has been one of
Mhm.
those like trial and error type things.
Yeah.
Definitely, because I do feel like when you have gotten it too tight, and this would have been a while back, she would have done the cold backed kind of hump up thing. And you were like, well, what is that about? And then you kind of loosen up the cinch or adjust the cinch or so. What else?
So I did, she's in a treeless right now. And I did have her in a 1 inch pad and I dropped her down to a 1/2 inch, but I felt that was too thin. So I put her back up to a 3/4.
Okay. And 3/4 is more than 1 inch, right? I should know
No,
this. Okay. Okay, it goes half, 3/4, 1 inch, right? I actually kind of think that because she's showing me the thinner pad. And so I kind of feel like the half is might be what she's showing me. So give that a shot with one of the earlier saddles that you used. And let me just ask her to describe it if she remembers. So it was one of she's showing me a little heft. Like when you have to get it up there. Right. Is she tall or are you short?
both.
Oh, she shows me like, I gotta cut that sound out. Oh my God. Um,
She's
so,
16 hands and I'm
oh,
5'3".
oh my word, young lady.
So
Good.
everything is a
Oh, and she also says you're either too stubborn or too proud to use the little stair stepper thing you have. Is this true?
I use it when I remember it.
Oh, that's how she took it. She's like, I don't know why she doesn't use the stair stepper. I stand there very nicely.
She does,
Yeah.
but I bring because I have a stump over by the brook. I'll walk her over. I'll step on that, and then I'll get on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she shows me very, because not all of them do, that not all of them will just stand there. She's like, I'm very polite. I very much wait for her to get on. And you know what's funny? She says, because I'm ready to work, because I'm ready to work or ride, or really just loves the work, the writing, the connection, all of that. Um, so it would have been one of the earlier saddles. And for some reason, I think maybe it doesn't fit you as well as you would like for it to, but it did fit her. Is this one coming to mind? I just keep seeing dark brown, and I am seeing like kind of an all one color type of saddle, although there would be some variations.
I had her in a Just Be Natural, like
Oh my
one
God,
of
I think that's exactly what it looks like.
really
Yeah.
because I was looking to get one of the newer models of the Just Be Natural, and then I was told to try a Deb Sibley because they have more wither clearance.
Hmm.
So that was actually what I was looking at this year.
And those are pretty similar though, except for maybe the wither clearance. So I wonder if that was the one literally. And I haven't ridden in a Just Be Natural, but I saw one downtown one day, and that's literally the picture she's showing me. So give that a shot. And if it's not in the budget right now, I still think you have a saddle. It's like the second saddle you tried. She just keeps bringing that up. That you already have the saddle. You don't need a new saddle. You have the saddle combo that will work. And she'll try to be less dramatic. She's so funny. I'm like,
Okay.
sure you will.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
I don't. Are her feet feeling better now that I got a new farrier?
Okay.
She be.
I want to say yeah. And I also want to say that you would understand that she can easily be cut too short. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I do want to say, yeah. I also want to say right hoof. There's either already there's something about the right hoof that she's kind of showing me that is doing better also. And I don't know if this was what was cut too short or if it was a hot nail. Um, do you know? Does anything
No
pop into
nails.
mind?
No nails, but um she was cut way too short on her hind. And she had, if you're looking at her, it would be your right side. If you were looking, it would she had an abscess in her hind right. So if you were facing the same way, it would be her left. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah, kind of, but well, 1 out of 4 ain't bad. So we'll just say whichever one it was, I feel like it's doing a lot better. I feel like she's doing a lot better. She does bring up the mash. I feel like we brought up the mash before, but I can't recall if it was you. She would love she does not like being cold. She would love some warm mash in the morning if you can. Just some warm water with her grain, put a little paprika in there, put a little, oats in there. That's where you can also stick the psyllium for the cleaning out of the gut and some granulated garlic. I'll try to remember and send you a little recipe on Messenger. But she's specifically showing me her tummy again. Is she a little more sensitive lately? I just she's showing me the tummy and a little bloated.
Yeah, because when I put my foot on her, she starts swishing her tail.
Yeah. I think let's clean her. I think really get her cleaned out really well and then see if that helps out because she's kind of showing me the irritation there. And that might be adding to the spookiness, honestly, now that we've kind of narrowed it down a little bit. Um I think stuff just needs to move. I think she needs a big old shit.
Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. But it's starting to cause a problem and definitely I would want to stay, obviously we all want to stay away from colic. So I would definitely get some of that psyllium in there. And again, Walmart carries it. You don't need any fanciness. And I'll send you the recipe. It's just you go get the fiber one and you can even get the generic kind and feed it for like 7 days on, 7 days off, 7 days on, 7 days off for however long it takes,
Okay.
right?
Right.
What else? Is there I just saw a younger I keep getting a younger male with you, and I can't tell if this is an animal or a kid. Um she showed it to me as like a colt, but I don't think you have any colts.
Not anymore.
Oh, was there one?
Hmm.
Where'd he go?
Sold him to a friend of mine.
Aw, she's just kind of bringing him up.
Coda,
She's
probably.
she's not mama though.
No.
No.
Um, they were sired by the same
Mm,
stallion.
okay. Yeah, she's just kind of bringing him up, misses him a little bit. Oh, that's so funny. I was like, oh, you actually like someone?
Yeah.
She's like, you don't have to be quite as sassy as I am. That's so funny.
I
Um, she
don't
can
think anybody gets sassy as she is.
she can dish it out, but she's having a hard time taking it.
Hmm.
That is so funny. All right, well, there you go. I mean, I feel like there's obviously some small changes and you guys
Hmm.
are just kind of, but as you know, those are the horses that are usually the most amazing, right? Are
Right.
the ones that are the biggest pain in the ass. And
She's
I just, as soon as I feel like I'm on her back, there's like, bless her heart, she's like, you couldn't ride me.
some
I'm like,
days I
I
don't
know.
ride her.
Huh?
Some days I don't think I can ride her.
Oh my God, she's so fast and catty. She's so
Oh,
fast and catty and just, I mean, she's taking those barrels like it's giving me heart palpitations and it's just in my mind. I'm like, oh my God, you would be amazing if I could ride you though. She goes, I am amazing.
yeah.
So confidence is not the problem.
No. My confidence, yes, but hers, no.
That is so funny. What's funny is that I feel like she adjusts to you so well that She's kind of, would you understand? She saved your ass a couple of times by moving back under you.
Oh, she does.
Oh,
Definitely.
okay. Yeah. Yeah. Very cognizant of every move you make up there. Very, very just bright and intelligent and yeah. I mean she's cool as shit.
She's just so, some days she's more of an airhead than others.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's a female, so same with
True.
us, right?
True.
I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Hopefully that answered some of your questions. I do
Yeah.
think the little shadow blinders I would give a shot at. Whichever eye it is, and it might be that it could just be starting also in the left and maybe just isn't noticeable yet. I do
Mm,
kind of once again I see you with a flashlight, just kind of keeping track of any changes in her eyeballs because you're very good at understanding what it's supposed to look like and what it isn't supposed to look like. Although I do feel that you're tired lately and that you haven't quite been kind of going at it like you have before. Would you understand this? Yeah.
yeah.
So she noticed that a little bit. So between the big poop that she needs, the eyes a little bit, the fact that she feels older at 8. Uh, I feel you, girl. I feel you. I'm not sure. Yeah, and that could be just something that she might be picking up from you a little bit if you're tired and just maybe kind of feeling it, she might just be